Hey everybody, it's Casual Boobs coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be doing Get Good Episode 10. And for Episode 10, for the beginner tip, it is a pretty simple one, but it's personal reserves, also known as boosters. What are they? How do they work? There are various varieties of there's 4 different types of boosters, and there's a variety of different durations that they can last of time, right? And it's pretty simple. You just pick the one that you want, right? So there's tank XP boosters, which that just... it's if you would have gotten 1,000 XP in a battle and you have 100% tank XP booster, instead you'll get 2,000, and so on and so forth. It's pretty simple. As same thing works for the crew XP boosters, and then there's free XP boosters, and then there's credit boosters. These make you earn more credits per game than you would have before. It's pretty simple. You can only activate 3 at a time, and you cannot double stack, right? You couldn't just activate 3 credit boosters at the same time. You can only have one of each type. So since there's 4 types and there's only 3 slots, you can't have everything going all the time. So you pretty much just pick what you want, pick what you want to work on, right? And I always make sure they don't stack. Right, so if you have a tank XP and a crew XP booster and you play a game, they don't like multiplicatively apply. They just this one has its boost and this one has its boost, and that's the number. But it doesn't mean you can't. I mean, I would still use them. I would still stack them booster wise, but they don't affect each other multiplicatively. So that's just something to know. Also, if you're in a clan, the clan leadership can pop or activate its own boosters that do stack with your personal boosters in random battles. There's, the same 4 types of boosters that you can activate personally. You can have a clan booster that gives you a 30% in random battles, or a 75% boost in strongholds, but that's a different, we're not even gonna get into that. In random battles, you can get 30% for just being in the clan when having a clan booster going, plus the 50% credit booster that you personally have going. Those do stack. So you can enter a battle and you have not, what is that, 80% of a credit boost, which is pretty huge. So if you're not in a clan, it's worth getting in a clan, even if it's just for the boosters. Shameless plug, the Boops clan and Boops community exists. We have Boops and Boop 2 and Boop 3 even. So that's that. Those boosters in a nutshell, they're very good. You should use them all the time. They give them out like candy. Don't buy them because, again, they give those things out. If you just play the game at all, they rain down from the sky. The next thing, intermediate tip. Okay, intermediate tip. Okay, so for the intermediate tip, we're going to talk about the difference in... I don't want to get into all the different ammo types because that's its own separate video. But the difference between AP rounds and APCR rounds, it's confusing even for people who know what the heck what it is, right? When you say, all right, what's the difference between AP and APCR rounds? APCR usually has faster shell velocity, but it has worse normalization. And you might be thinking, what the heck is normalization? Why do I care? What do you care about that? Okay, this picture, these 2 pictures that I've got here, perfectly demonstrates what the effects of normalization are. So this is a defender, and this is a defender, and this is a defender being shot by a Centurion 5-1. And this is that same defender being shot by a Prima Victoria. And those tanks both have identical penetration, but one has AP rounds and one has APCR rounds. And as you can see, the green means it's more likely to go in. Red means it's less likely to go in. The purple is just an auto bounce angle. So what this shows you is that AP rounds don't mind hitting things that are angly, right? APCR rounds, the whole conversation around normalization, really what it boils down to is APCR rounds like hitting things that are flat, and they don't like hitting things that are angly. They're more likely to bounce off. They're more likely to not pen an angled surface. So that's how that works. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing, let me get to... Okay. The next thing is going to talk about camo and vision, and this is still intermediate, but we'll do intermediate tip again. A lot of people think in this game, because vision is capped at 445 meters of view range, they think, what's the point of having more than 445 meters of view range? Why would I care about that? Well, it does matter. So vision and camouflage are like opposites. So very good vision can defeat very weak camouflage, and very good camouflage can defeat very weak vision. And so what that means is if you are trying to spot something and you have 500 and something, let's say, I don't know, something stupid, 560 or 600 meters of view range, and you are more likely, it is more easy to spot something that has very good camouflage within 445 meters of view range. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to give the example right now. Okay, so in this particular example, I've got my Lorraine 40T and Schwacht is helping me. He's got his Hawk 30. My Lorraine 40T has exactly 445 meters of view range in this particular setup. And so Schwacht is going to take his Hawk 30. He's going to run straight at me across the field. And we're going to pay attention to where he gets spotted. And then okay, so he got spotted about midway on the line between the inside the E square, right? Okay, now we're going to do the same exact thing with my T71 Da. Schwacht is still in his Hawk 30, and the T71 Da, if you remember from the last screen, has about 515 meters of view range. So it is better, right? And so we'll see what that translates to as far as how much further away we can spot Schwacht in his Hawk 30. Because remember, before it was about midway through the square, the E line, and we'll see where he gets spotted now. It was almost exactly on the line between the D and the E squares. So that's, obviously the bigger the difference in the view range, the further away you'll spot somebody. But still, this is just one example of how having even better view range than 445 allows you to see things further away. And just because you have 445 doesn't mean you see everything in that range either. So that's that. And now we'll get to the advanced tip. The advanced tip is using sixth sense to locate things, whatever scouts are that are spotting things. So let me get that video queued up here now. Okay, so in this particular setup, I'm in an M60 and Schwacht is again helping me out. Give a little round of applause. Thank you, Schwacht, for taking time out of your schedule to help me out with this. But I'm going to try to spot the T100, or at least try to figure out where the T100 is. And I'm going to do this by going around the sides of a thing. So like right now, if you use the side of a hillside, I went around the side a little bit and I wasn't spotted. So if I had been spotted there, that would tell me that the scout was probably at like K0. And now I'm getting to the far side here of the hillside and I'm not spotted. So that means there's probably not a scout in the middle. And now we're going to go just a little bit further around and we're going to back right up right away. You don't wait to get spotted, or you don't wait because there is a difference, a delay between when you are spotted and when your sixth sense icon goes off. So if you think the scout is in a certain area, you want to poke around and then pull back and then see what happens. So because I got spotted right there, I am now going to use these bushes, and I'm pretty sure that the Schwacht is in that bush, because that's what allowed, where I got spotted from. And again, I'm not using bushes properly, so there he was. And that's perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and just reset, and we'll try it again in a different area. But you can see how if I were to go over the top of on the top of the hill and be spotted, it wouldn't tell me anything because I could have been seen from a variety of different places. It doesn't give me any information. So that's why if you use the cover so that you can only be spotted from certain areas intentionally, that will help you to determine whether a scout is in a certain area or not. And so we're going to try to do that any second now. All right, so I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to show everybody here now how not to do it. Just a second. Yeah, so we're going to go to this side. You can see now he's not on the ridge because I'm poking out here and I'm not spotted. Not in that same bush he was before. And if I were to go to the top of this hill like an idiot, you would explode for going here. But you can see, I can see everything and everything can see me. And so if I'm spotted, that doesn't tell me where things are because I could have been spotted from anywhere. So instead of doing that, that's like the worst possible thing you could think to do. You're going to go around, again, the same kind of thing where you're going to slowly poke from around a corner and using cover to conceal yourself. And then yes, okay, there we are, we're spotted. So that tells me Schwacht must be in one of those bushes down over there somewhere. But it might, there's a lot of cover, there's a lot of places he could be, so it's hard to tell exactly, but and he chose us. But this at least helps you give an idea, especially if there are very few scouting bushes. It'll help you to determine whether a scouting bush is active or being used or not. So anyways, that is it for me. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, thanks, bye.